Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank Mularcik, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at my options account and just talking about some recent trades I've been making in that account and some of the things I've been learning and continuing to learn and just kind of reminding myself of, because there's still some things I'm making pretty simple mistakes on that I can definitely improve on. So first of all, let's just look here at my actual account with Robinhood. So right now it's around $6,200, and I've been at this close to a year now. So if we go back about a year, this has been all my options trading. So I started right at the beginning of February at $5,000, and now we're up above 6,200. So around 24% in that year, which is nothing spectacular at all compared to the market. If we look just at the total market over the past year, probably up more than that, I would guess. So if we look over the past year, yeah, it's up 32%. So realistically, I sort of would have been better just putting my money in the market, but definitely for me, this is a big learning experience and something I'm trying to get a lot better at as well. I'm totally okay, not beating the market all the time and not matching it, because I think that this is a big learning experience for me, and in the future could be pretty profitable. So right now the only two options I have on is a $20 put here on Cleveland Cliffs, and basically I'm just about breaking even on this one. So far I've lost $1. I opened this one up just a few days ago on November 4th. It expires November 26th at the $20 strike price, and right now Cleveland Cliffs is around $22 per share. So hopefully they'll just go up a little bit over the next few days, and I can take this off, for a 50% profit in like a week's trade. I would be totally happy with that. And the other one here I have is a put on DraftKings. This one is definitely a little bit more risky. First of all, because it's at the $42 strike price, so it's a lot larger percentage of my account. Basically, there's $4,200 of collateral that's being taken up by this trade. So I actually put this on looks like back here on November 4th, and I actually tried to take it off like pretty soon after, because that's one of the big mistakes I'm making, is not paying attention to earnings. So on November 4th I put it on, and then I was like, oh shoot, they have earnings the next day. So I thought maybe I will just try to take it off for a few dollars of profit, but none of my trades there actually got filled. None of my orders got filled to buy it back. So I just held on to it and figured I would see what happened through earnings. And the stock definitely went down a little bit, but not too bad. So right now I'm down about 50%, $47 on this option. I'm hoping that it turns out all right. I still have, till November 26th, but this is definitely a little bit more risky one. I definitely would not recommend doing something like this, but I did gain some value back on Friday. I gained $10 back, even though the stock went down 2%, and that's basically just because of volatility crush after earnings. There's some implied volatility due to earnings. Basically, no one knows what's going to happen, so there's uncertainty, and options prices are elevated. And then after earnings, that kind of goes down a little bit, because we know what the earnings were and we know what happened. And if I remember correctly, DraftKings actually missed the estimates. Yeah, so basically the estimates were negative $1.06 per share, and they were actually lost 135 per share. So it definitely missed estimates, and as a result, stock went down a little bit. But if we look over the past 3 months, they've been on this sort of downtrend. So hopefully we see a reversal sometime soon, and I'm able to make some profit on this one. If that's not the case, I will probably just roll it out in time, because I think long term we'll be fine on this one. But those are the two options I have, or trades I have on right now. So if we want to look back here, I'm actually spreadsheet where I keep track of each trade. I've made some trades probably since we last had an update here. I know I had this rocket trade on here, or I think I had taken it off by that time, and basically I took a big loss on that one, but I rolled it into this trade here, and I pretty much broke just about even on that trade. I may have lost a few dollars actually, I think, but overall, I'm fine with that one, and maybe I should have held it a little bit longer, but I wanted to take it off before earnings as well for that one. So I've done some puts on Corsair Gaming actually recently as well. So I sold this one here on October 15th, and I closed it just 5 days later on the 20th, and I basically got a 50% profit on that one. So I sold it for $64 and bought it back for 32, so that's 50% profit, and that's about a 1.25% profit, or profit on my actual money or collateral that I had at risk. And then I did a trade here on American Airlines, got about 0.9% from that one. And then I did a trade on Lumen, which I basically bought back for like a $1 profit because they had earnings. And then same with Corsair. I pretty much bought it back for nothing because they had earnings again. And stuff like that just makes me mad that I'm making those simple mistakes, when it comes to earnings, because I think that, that's just a simple mistake, obviously. And if I didn't make that mistake, then I would have been able to put that, money into something else and made a few extra bucks that day. Whereas in this case, I just had to buy it back because I didn't want to mess with earnings with those stocks. Then I also today put on Carnival here for about 0.7% profit. And one of the things here is, especially when I put a trade on and then the stock starts to move, like this one, I bought it back pretty much 2 days after I sold it. So it's only 0.7% profit, but that is, basically over 2 days. So that's, $15 here. I sold it for 37 and I bought it back for 22. So that's, $15 profit there, close to 50%. Of what I was going to get, and I would have had to wait a whole lot longer to get more of that profit back. So that's just something I do, whereas I normally, if I'm able to get 50% profit on a trade in a week or less, I would definitely take that and just keep selling puts on other stuff in the meantime. And then here's sort of a rundown week by week. So the last few weeks, kind of been hovering around this $6,200 mark, just hovering back and forth. But the whole time I've sort of been realizing profits and making money here. So long term, that should work out as I continue realizing profits. The account will continue going up, regardless of the short term fluctuations. So that's what I'm really concerned about. And at the end of October, we were around $6,200, and we only realized about $102 of profit in October. But that is totally okay. I definitely realized that it's been a bit slower the past few months, and some of that is definitely due to less volatility in the market, which generally leads to less options prices, or lower options prices, which means you can make less money basically. So we look over the past year. This is the VIX, which is basically an indicator of volatility in the market. It's basically down 36%. So that basically means that the market is 36% less volatile than it was a year ago, which means, when I started trading options here in February, there was a lot more opportunity for volatility and price changes, which allowed for a lot more, opportunities to make some money on these options. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how this account is going. I definitely look for any suggestions that you guys have of how I can do better. I'm definitely not doing any sort of fancy trades or anything. Like I know some people are making spreads and all kinds of fancy iron condors and stuff like that. I'm not really into that stuff because I just don't have as much nuanced knowledge about it at this point, and I just am sticking to the simple cash secured puts. But if you guys do have any suggestions of things I could improve on with my trades to, hopefully make some more money, I would definitely appreciate that some. And I will see you guys in the next video.